Yen shedding. Yes, we're 24 hours away from laying the legend to rest. 24 hours countdown. Lumba goes home. Lumba goes home. Mopel, mumpel, mujitum, munjintum. Nimbano kraba, Timoseden. Timeji for legal talks. Legal nkwasiama. Legal ejimi for munya nkwasiafo a. Mo papa mu ni mu kun mu ni mu ofa mu ejimi for mpo. Enka Friday sisemre ha oda so hye fridge mu. Won na no kontria. Efuna wozi finkran, wozi rukokumase. Mo kwasia mu no. Saa funu no ye kase eda so da transition. O kwasia mo jimi papa akoso abrempama ubeye sign. Mo ya muwa mmerewa ejimifo. Efunu kra mu nyampo na mahwe mu huda. Mu kokot. Nkwaji mo jimie ni mo kwasia mo ye. Ebebo 10 na mu record dem hono. Na lumba. Wegwa na ewie. Hey Jesus. Majimi o mo Messi ye kase lumba. Inti wo fi do she fridge mu wankran. Hey! Friday. Ifuna waji zindam. Wo kwasie mu da ma ifunin odamara o she fridge mu wankran. Hey! Majimi biye. Se majimi bia waye. Yentuedo. Wa abandon. Saudi da odida nani bibia boko. Hey! Team Liga mboa. Zoo dwellers. Akwaba. Yo. In there, my main topic is Kwasiana Wofreno Kwesi Kwarteng. This Kwasia, he keeps amusing me. Loyal. This is a supposed lawyer. Minimo obina why law. And yet oya Kwasia to the Kwesi Kwarteng. Me won't be yet. Akwasi mi ya Kwasia. Oya lawyer o. Mama mimbo nenum asem nkyerɛ mo. Na mo hu ne Kwasia na mesi oye no. Monti ase mami. Let's zoom in. I ain't got time. Kwesi Kwarteng abuwa papa. Abuwa nkasa abuwa. Meta.
There are some of them are smart men more Kwesi. Young call for the evidence better as almost to market. Now, actually, we are carried 00 share. They ask
Young crow for almost the evidence betraying. Young crow for almost the evidence betraying. Say, almost to Abamaken. Kwesi Kwarteng, lawyer, ne kasano. Osi omu kenfo no. Omu nkrofo. Eche say, delegates that owe allegiance to Ken. Because Canada, Japan has not been part of any other voting except primaries. Inti Kwasia Kwarteng say, nkwasiakuo na ye freno Kenediapon and Mmuano. Osi omu wo delegates kwasiafo bi wom. Oh no ka because we are delegates now we are part of Sakwasiasem Shata Akwaba. We are part of Victoria Dankwa Jones. We are part of Kwasiasem ya Kwesi Kwarteng Kanya. E wasa woma we munhishe me se ba umia camp. You don't do your work well. Mo enye kasa nko an yedi yes anyoma we o. Adey motia na mayi mu aso yedi mani kra ba so kra munya ho hwe. Why? Don't think the NDC will give a fuck because they are in bed with these idiots. The NDC will not say shit. They like what the motherfucker is doing. It suits them. Are you understanding me, Baumia Camp? Why you just so chill? You are so complacent. Baumia Camp. Don't sit there and think because almost everything seems to be in your favor. Hey, politics na ye no. Rifosu na ye wanare ye no. Munya adie bia, run with it. You are all just Ghana Jollof. Why you busy wo abeyifo camp? Why you busy wo ho? Na wazere fa ba wo mi anoko ho. Muntie Kwesi Kwarteng Jimmy fo na ekasa no. Or see all crofo the proof of all votes. Betray all which is why they are sure. Say Bawumia any the MPP establishment Riano. I don't care if it's true or not. I care the fact that Kwasi or your lawyer all spew such stupidity, which is criminalities. Oh, you don't know? Don't you know? Say what to about Ghana chrome ha. Mami ya brotre film. What to about Ghana chrome ha? Now we trying to picture. Now the control be. Ya chill class would trying to picture. Wouldn't say a crime wrong. Mami can mo. Me se Bawumia camp. Me be kume ho. Minimiansa. Mi hu a me ba beka. Me tretre nwa de na mo fa. Man fa. Muntie Kwesi Kwarteng.
Yonkofo mo the evidence be kire so mo to market na actually we are carried 00 the share them. There are some of them are suma memu mo ko fie so mo to free komo. Hey.
So this is a lawyer, spokesperson for Kwasi or Kwasi Ojan second spokesperson. When we say we were school, if you nyansa be because our common sense and he will never be the one spewing such stupidity. But Kwasi he is among Mwabiti second, in Nwabiti se Christy, Kwasi Afobiti se Omega, and then Chieti se Obaya. So of course, Kwasi Asemkra, how would they know? Only a bunch of Kwasi Afo themselves. This is a supposed lawyer. Message Bawumia camp, you are too slow. You people, munyashi, you are complacent. Yes, missiles, no mammo crampo, ya kokima mokrapa, you can able sakwaba, you can fire. Ebe, Bawumia fo. This guy is a fucking lawyer. Do you know the number of angles you can get him for sounding so stupid? You can even write to my crush. You can even write to the legal judicial service on his conduct. Say lawyer mua otumi beka Kwasi asemsa. But no, ebo me da say. But no, Muntio, this is serious. Ghana Jollof, when wonyansa chen team legal wives now are dedicated to life no Ghana Jollof. When there was a one can wasam, wumba who de wo. When team legal wives and whatever the fuck not no, it is not going to give one single vote to Bawumia. If anything, who be you be here manefri Bawumia camp. Muntie Kwesi Kwarteng, this is the video. This is him.
Yankofo of the evidence better so much to market. Now, actually, if we are carried 00 and share them, there are some of them. I assume I'm a face on 2 few come. Hey, me not make catch up.
Yankofo omo de betray yen. Say omo to Abama ken. Coming oozing from the mouth of a legal practitioner, politician, former minister. Hey! This is going on. And it is overlooked. Waka we wafane ho kwasia we omo camp na omo si omo mpere again no. Kwasia fo we omo na omo si omo ye honest no. Me see to have a kwasia like this, calling themselves a fucking supposed lawyer, sounding so senseless and stupid. Kwasia camp we why beko mwa camp we. Lawyer nakasa kwasia. Me say Baumia camp muna muye mre enka we meka be wie na munsum adwe beba so no. Monday morning na edem. He is being investigated on fresh microphone imra and microphone no muye nkwasiafo na. Then he will either have to show the people or he will have to come and say now boy, either way it goes in favor of Dr. Baumia. 1 year nyama nyansa wom Ghana Jollof, stop dedicating your time to foolishness. Yeah, Mario Hon is not going to bring any vote to Dr. Baumia. I am not working for anybody, so you can't come and say, now who can be my odobroni? Me, I'm a freelancer. Muna mweyi mwenim. Oh, sorry, I'm not paying you matching. Na moya legal wise. How many votes is that going to bring Baumia? Now, kasi say, koso. G-man. Why have you friend, Mr. Apia? You obsessed with me, I have to block you for your own sake. Don't say I block you on Facebook, no. You are too annoying. Stupid man. Yeah, let me find him and block him. He irritates me. Follow back for what? Motherfucker. Fuck off my page. Siampin. Me see why any horse here your friend Jennifer Apia. When you are bear down for sa when ne kasa na aye bema. Na Jennifer call her no about for years. That Jennifer never comes back. Fuck off. Siampin bema. Abua. Bright Sky, I'm doing amazing. How are you? Bright, Otidan. Muntia Kwesi Kwarteng, or see a lawyer, Mubakan Chen send me see you giant, ne kwasia yen ne type. Or ne kwasia must be a specimen in the lab because it ignites, it's bright. Nipa see me a lawyer na me ya boa, wujina, to meet na radio station can say. Mu ankrofo illegally twa ballot paper which is why you think you should come out here and spew such stupidity that something was as you define beauty. The feeling is deep. Medase say Kwesi Kwarteng Yankrofo
Yankofo of the evidence better so much to market. Now, actually, if we are carried 00 and share them, there are some of them I assume.
Yankofo omo betray evidence say omo to market. Ma ewie kire no ken benya 000 no. Yes man crofo call mu fie. He is saying this charcoal seller akwaba me patro mo kan kire mo crofo no say the information ba use it. Why? Koka kire Ghana Jollof say me say ya da nyame ase say lumba yesie nenne. Sa time na we waste was sa beyifo no so ne aginisem no ofan beka sama Dr. Baumia ma Dr. Baumia onya votes na ne okoya olumba ho no nyansa bia enim emfa vote bia bre Baumia if anything it will let people get pissed. Kwesi Kwarteng jimifo we to me bia na noka so omo won krofo omo betre mo evidence so omo to aba ma Kennedy Japan Don't you know that it's against the law of Ghana? It's against the laws of our country. Se kwasia bia betumi etwa ye chiw se wu twa ye chiw se we twa de nam ye chiw se de akwatre obi ye chiw one won so wo motivate you so omo fan betre o so ye chiw. I'm going to read the laws for you. Chako sela me pa cho bo ami why na mo koka ntre mo peja mu na mo kasa wo ho ma tra mo petition me kan ama mo muntie Kwesi Kwarteng biom hwe onu ni Kwesi Kwarteng. Oh shit.
Na young for more evidence better so to market. Na actually if we are carried to 00 na share them. There are some of them are suma me mu Kofi so mu tufu komo.
So he knows these people. Not only did they show them who they voted for, which is against the law, they also came and lied to them, say, oh, yes, that's what he's trying to say to destroy Bawumia camp. No knowing, say, Ninsa for no etre so kwasia for. So you have people. Would you mama yenti?
You go for more evidence better so to market. Na actually if we are carried to 00 na share them. There are some of them are suma me mu Kofi so mu tufu komo. Hey, me na make catch am. They are
now my friend free. Our attention has been drawn to and same be obi or tibrofo to me the brofo card you pay be actual.
Okay.
And their farm. It's in circulation. Our social media platforms. Minimum about 2 money more.
I'm coming. I want to get to this particular one.
I don't know, be intimate canvas. But you know, Ken will not allow anybody to blackmail him into silence. I know the said you will be anchor say,
lady.
Say when we move free, now we move free. As I said, you don't about me. Now I quarter of month 2023, and I come for the party. We are not questioning him on his religion. We are not questioning him in this idea. He says him before someone and says our message. But I mean, clearly they stand to benefit.
Mamimbi says they did come as a surprise to you. And for that matter, no campaign team. Say Bugri Nabu, Okonofa.
If you want to incite nordness and yet on matters of tribe, there be almost come who baby, me I mean we are penny was I more for crying and Dr. Brian Champo. Or no so coni crew of Cassian to about the Emma. There's nothing with home advantage politics. But what is wrong with ye? Obi quite if you go who so no abana fire the Abibusa. It also Mukrani edisuma edwedi. Obo honorable can support too. My donation we amount. My cotton be a pick up amount. My AC amount. My mother call for you. Don't even meet me many because me many man. You call for 1 million a day. And chocolate. On my catches and me you could near a day. Ama. And I said, me you are not a day. Ama. And for Zundiho, maybe our best support to our support on that line. Identity politics is natural. We call it voter behavior. You will be the soft and catches on Kotoba and why they are true. You Omaya said you VIP tour. VIP 100 buses to a moon and I won't buy you. So when you drive on, we are training on. Now, for all this space, we are people of religion, we are people of ethnicity. But the Hadrian said, over 13 for we will be super catch any crew for us out to say,
Meba.
Ken, now actually, if we are carried to 00 and share them, there are some of them are Suma Memuamu Kofi.
Montrain.
Young call for more evidence better so much to market. Now, actually, if we are carried to 00 and share them, they are. Young call for more evidence better so much to market. Now, actually, if we are carried to 00 and share them, young call for more evidence better so much to market. Now, actually, if we are carried to 00 and share them, there are some of them are Suma. Young call for more evidence better so much to market. Now, actually, if we are carried to 00 and share them, they are.
Young crow for more evidence better and say almost to market. Na ewie etrino na 00. Memenkofa the laws of the country. Let me check my connection. Oh, I know you'll be like na then a debia na de no. Pacho, enye papa. Nipa okasa na oni nyo. Kwesi we na okasa no. Kwesi Kwarteng. Ono asuni. Ono asuni. Okay. Mama yankwa kan ni jinisem a. Oka no ehumra ewo yekuro ya yetimu. Yekuro enye jinisem bia na oka keke o. Me pacho Santa for we omowen. Juelina and Jewel Aka. Ana ono aso unse one eyi se. Wa friend Nana Tornado no onye obaya. Mu se omo se. Kwasia wenyim de wa hwe besia achirdam aboa. Wenyim de kwata. Okay, yankwohwazi. Say when we say or say enkrofo the proof by. So I wanted to know na miko bisa say is it legal? Kohwe Ghana Constitution memo sites ni bi. Miko bisa question or say no, in Ghana it is generally not legal to take a photo of your marked ballot paper and use that photo as proof you voted for a particular as proof that you voted for a particular candidate in exchange for money or favors. And here is why. Ballot secrecy is protected by law. Kwasia Kwarteng odwan a wona wo sie se we lawyer. We ye kwasia we de wo jimie de mi hu bi da. Wona wo bu mra no. Kwesi Kwarteng. Wo mo na wo bu mra no. Yo. Ballot secrecy is protected by law. Ghana's electoral laws require that voting be secret. This means no one should know how anyone voted unless you yourself voluntarily choose to tell somebody. Me pato you see you voluntarily una wo say wo bekwa akoka no ntrese it is legal. Okay. So the representation of the People's Law of 1992, Pndcl Law 284, which governs elections in Ghana, states that no persons shall. Kwesi Kwarteng kwasiampeni a wo se we lawyer. Kwesi Kwarteng kwasiampeni a wo se we lawyer. Odwan a we lawyer wo se wo na won protected the laws of this country no. Wo na wo sounded this stupid. Ebeka kire yen say woni Kennedy Japan mumu crofo and the evidence. Wow. Mama yentie biom na yento aso.
Yonkofo mo the evidence be kire so mo to market. Na actually we are carried 00 na share them. There are some of them suma memu.
O se de yen crofo a
yonkofo mo the evidence be kire so mo to market. Na actually we are carried 00 na share them. There are some of them
me pa cho omo ye den na omo de proof ko kire Kwesi Kwarteng ene kan odwan Japan so omo to market. If they didn't go with photograph pictures of the vote. Pndcl Law 284 us say there. Why ending? Yanko next slide. Kwesi Kwarteng. Wejimio. Womo na oye lawyer no. Mwishe. Obtain or attempt to obtain in a polling station information about how somebody has voted. And you may have one in no. Mama minko mechina mi read biom na make sense to you. Here, let me start from here. Ballot secrecy is protected by law. Ghana's electoral laws require that voting should be secret, meaning no one should know how anyone votes unless you voluntarily choose to tell someone. The representation of the People Law 1992, PNDC Law 284 governs elections in Ghana, and it states that no persons, damn law no state that no persons shall, one, no person shall obtain or attempt to obtain in a polling station information about how someone has voted. Inti kwasia Kwarteng nankasampo onyi tumbia don no onyi kwasia mpenyi Kennedy Japan. We want to know how the people in the north voted. Faramwatin Monkwa court, Monkwa jimolase nimguasi and mamba oba meduso. Monkwa jimolase nimguasi and ifuni yerisieni. Montio Kwesi Kwarteng say omo for the proof betre omo say omo to abano ma Kennedy Japan. Ewie na ye zeros. I don't give a fuck about how true it is that they were rigged. They can take it the fuck to court. I am here to ask the lawyer, supposed lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng, does he know it is against the laws of this country for anybody to be taking photographs, bright sky medase, for anybody to be taking photographs of their ballot, much more showing it as proof for cash or kind, or anybody asking to see that sort of proof? Wo kwasia we always we lawyer we be jina so bia beka say obi already election wabra we illegal. When you go to court for equity, you can't go for equity with dirty hands. He who comes for equity must come with clean fucking hands. Wona no che Kwesi Kwarteng, we o giant papa tie wenu masem a whole lawyer. Wait, I was saying reporting on my judicial services. I was saying chon sign. So it me aka kwasi asem say. Yanko so na yenti. O say dey.
Yanko for mo the evidence better so mo to market. Na actually we are carried to 00 na share dem. They
Abirewa TV. Kwesi Kwarteng ya kwasi ampeni pa. So ye lawyer. No betumi aka mo asem sa say Crawford delegates ni bi. A picture of who they actually voted for and sent it to them to do what? Matreo petition and nenso. Kwesi Kwarteng a seba omiafo betie mi no mo taking honor. Abronye when we work towards this. Ghana Jollof, let me repeat. Sa beyifo ku no frimu na legal wise no one is against married women fighting for their marriages, but akosia sewa die jimisem ena ukodi etre kwasia ba ko tena baby 17 years. What the fuck do you want the guy to do? Get back on track fighting for Bawumia na ni akoye no emfa vote bia mre Bawumia. Kwesi Kwarteng no so your lawyer no te ha na jimisem no kan kwasia we tumi ka lawyer bie na no etumi ka se Crawford the proof betre almost say almost to aba ma ken oya kwasia mo kasa o kasa to prove there was rigging. Kwasia mo ye, it is illegal. Abirewa TV, this the fuck is illegal. Tiene no masembium.
Yanko for mo the evidence better so mo to market. Na actually we are carried to 00 na share dem. There are some of them are suma memu mo ko fie so mo to fi kom. Yanko for mo the evidence better so mo to market. Na actually we are carried to 00 na share dem. There are some of them are suma memu mo ko fie. Yanko for mo the evidence better so mo to market. Na
Yanko for mo the evidence better yen so mo to market. This is supposed to be a lawyer. Hey, minsumu wumamo. Kwasia we, danti mudi an kwasia fonkwa na edama no. Omega Jimini, oba no abeka. Kano nibi, on to me nye, me kano kracham, we don't know. It is showing say he ain't got shit. He's rebranding lies. Na Kwesi Kwarteng kwasia so abeka chere and say, Mo, you illegally got people to show you ballots. Omu no mu etwa picture. Mr. Honest ni team na mu di kwasi asem sa no. Abronye, me si asem we so mami. Anyway, no one should obtain or attempt to obtain in a polling station information about how someone has voted. A crime. No one should communicate omo di information ni ba na omo eti monso amoji information no monso meti. No one should communicate any information about how someone voted. Inti Kwesi asemi otiwe okay cry is against the law. No one should be saying how anybody voted. Near was a wunim anyone kwa wodie. Inti Kwesi asemi otiwe okay cry is against the fucking law. Communicating no one should communicate any information about how someone voted or directly or indirectly induce a voter to display their ballot paper after voting to make known the candidate they voted for. This is a lawyer and I work against all of this. Me manko school, me everything you people call me to be, but I'm telling you, legally, this motherfucker must be arrested. Or no, name crofoni now see omodi proof by no. I was say a chio bia. Wait, I was say a man illegal license no. Asemba home. And yoma when I'm a pesa Ghana jollof or peja ni muno ye. Enye lumba asemwa akosia sewa odi Jimmy semwum. Enye no. Ghana jollof we enye ni ne hia. Said because of that, into now Ghana jollof who to me cost about to page so mijina so now we see what from now my ferry ama will say because of what Montia Kwesi Kwarteng or see more for the proof by it. Abera TV you shake hand or see more for the proof by it. Let me tell you what the law says. While the law doesn't explicitly say taking a photo of your own ballot is a crime, it forbids. Photo, but it forbids revealing how you voted. And the people who want to know, are they a bad show? You who say who trap, you bet show and say what they acquire den. One case only nipa who vote for. Into what they acquire den, what they got to wire den. What do you prove for what? Because you are never supposed to divulge who you voted for. Okay? So it's the law will not tell you say men take a picture, but the law has forbidden you that you cannot reveal how you voted. And the law also prohibits inducing someone to show their ballot choice. Ti Kwesi Kwarteng ni Canada Japan. Sene nyamu na muye interested say nimpa no fan bet show say no current you be voting ti enya zero. You induced it. And if you even didn't induce it, as a fucking lawyer, if a lunatic is even rushing with you with the ballot, I was saying one country and say, stop it, that's not legal, don't show it to me. Kwasia, washe, akai, edi akoto to electoral commission diamo, edi ebe jina bonti, incite a Jimmy for akana omudi mwechini se, munim so omu riemu, proof nini se, illegally, nkrofo to try to betray. Ha, God. Me a minisika enkadia meye mo Yentu aso the law forbids revealing how you voted, and it also prohibits inducing someone to show their ballot choice, which is exactly what taking a selfie photograph for vote selling would be. Bright medasi bebre me pacho so feel say me na me bo me team na me tray ya debi uko judicial service bright yamisha medasi p medasi bebre uko judicial service asemu amike when am kofa fee source ene na my tray ono. Let's go on. Bright Kokache Abranya Mwai, taking it on, they shouldn't let it go. Now let's look at the third slide. Mesiden, Electoral Commission rules and enforcement. Also, no worries, Medasi. The Electoral Commission of Ghana has consistently warned that taking photos of your marked ballot paper breaches the secrecy of the ballot Astra, and persons caught doing it can be arrested and handed over to the police. Who call Pulse Ghana story. Okay, thank you to Astra. Messi Kwesi Kwarteng na waka na yehu de sana unhono no woma delegate ni bi wotwetwa hon ballot pictures na was betcha one was reason kwasi asam train there. They are inciting the fact that Dr. Baumia and the rest of the MPP, they rigged in favor of Dr. Baumia. I don't care how true that is. They can take it to fucking court. But I care that a whole legal practitioner, our friend Kwesi Kwarteng, also a Canadian Japanese spokesperson, is the one screaming such nonsense. There, on one far was it proof better one, and it's against the law. For your benefit, let me play Kwesi Kwarteng's one more time. Thanks for reposting.
Young call for more evidence better as almost to my ken. Now, actually, if we are ken to 00 and share them. Young call for more evidence better as almost to my ken. Now, actually, if we are ken to 00 and share them. Young call for more evidence better as almost to my ken. Now, actually, if we are ken to 00 and share them. There are some of them I assume Muku.
Lawyer Mekasano Muntie, Electoral Commission Rules and Enforcement. The Electoral Commission of Ghana has consistently warned that taking photos of your marked ballot paper breaches the secrecy of the ballot, and persons caught doing it can be arrested and handed over to the police. There are also practical Mrs. Abi. Hey, Mohamed Fazinian. Mrs. Abi Mohamed Fazi. Hey. Sisi enkwahwe na la. Na mala mi Mrs. Abi bia Maria makwa abuedu. Akwaba. Anyway, so the Electoral Commission of Ghana has consistently warned that taking photos of your marked ballot paper breaches the secrecy of the ballot, and persons caught doing it can be arrested and handed over to the police. There are also practical measures like banning mobile phones and photographic devices in voting booths during elections to prevent this practice, specifically because it is linked to vote buying. Mr. Mokene de Japan on your penukro. He should be nowhere near vote buying, which is exactly what Kwesi Kwarteng has confirmed they have been doing. Okay? Recent incidents during electoral exercises have shown authorities arresting people, including officials, who attempted to photograph their ballots. Obi ponaro official. Onumpo ojono chana. What do you kwachira wine? What do you kwachira wine? Ha, what do you kwachira wine? Kwesi Kwarteng to boldly catch and say, hey, guy, ye Jimmy. Missing Grafo Mudika name. Kai. Selling your vote using a phone is illegal. And yes, when you use your phone to take photo to go and show, it is selling your vote. Taking a photo of your ballot with the specific intent to 1. Show someone for payment. 2. Prove you voted a certain way. Just to prove me man for still, it is a fucking crime. Abuaba. If you take the photo just to prove you voted a certain way, or you are taking the photo to incentivize your vote, what do you call incentives, in exchange for cash or other benefits, visa o, edwuma o, more fairly forms o, it would likely run afoul of the requirement of secrecy and could be treated as vote buying or inducement, which are criminal offenses under Ghanaian electoral law. Mesi munjai atemno kwa nankrofo we mun take it on because this is presidency we are talking about, and Ken is too much of a thief. Shekwasiade ono ya ojina so de yen kwasiade me for a fact e de yan krofo de on vote betray, which shouldn't happen. Said Dr. Baumia so si obi anfa ne de emra nka woni mtoka ebesi kwasia kwa okwasia kwa yen to aso me ba mo ba o. So the summary of this first kakre any You as a Ghanaian, you have the right to vote in secret. You cannot take a photo of your ballot to show others who you voted for as proof for payment or favor. Doing so has been publicly warned against by the EC, and law enforcement may act on it. The law protects ballot secrecy and prohibits influencing voters or revealing how a vote was cast. All of this goes against Kwesi Kwarteng in a small 1 second asemo kind. Not only did they induce the people to show them, not only was it wrong for them to look at it, they have also come out to even say it publicly. Now, Tiho, now friend and whole lawyer, Kwasi Jimmy way. Into us way. Here are specific Ghanaian provisions and penalties relating to secrecy of ballot and actions like revealing or attempting to reveal. We're revealing, attempting to reveal. We're revealing Kwesi Kwarteng or the yakasa kwasia, or attempting to reveal how someone voted, which would include photographing your marked ballot to show others. When so, make our judicial service. Into us. Here, requirement of secrecy, no. It is representation of the People's Law of 1992. Na John Rawlings in Crawford Train, PNDC Law 284, or say this is the core section that protects the secrecy of voting in Ghana. Section 31 let's say requirement of secrecy. It is required though. Secrecy no a requirement. This section makes it an offense. This section in our constitution, it makes it an offense to communicate or reveal how a person voted. Onwano kano wetin wona wonso beka say na obi to na ba no oso kwasi ampenye wusu wetin. Lawyer no we Jimmy Sano. Inti lawyer no nim PNDC Law 284. Onim ne call a Section 31 of this PNDC Law 284, or say, requirement of secrecy. This section makes it an offense to 1, communicate or reveal how a person voted. 2, no person, nobody may obtain or attempt to obtain information in a polling station about the candidate for whom a voter has voted or is about to vote. Catch me, baby. Kwesi Kwarteng, wrong one. This is a supposed spokesperson. Nanipa no kasama Jimini no asu ya kwasia. Yerpa na yerba. When lawyer oda omumu, lawyer nipo no ya boadam no. But you see, some kasana me bekan yoma si almost me yedodo. Me wo ye senseless. Ken ni side bin na nyan. Mu ye nyan. Hwese ni amo tom ho. Kwasi akuo. Yento aso. It is also prohibited to communicate any such information to another person at any time. In Tianfang, say, some primary see a Kwasi can was a year 2023, you know, and found he shouldn't even be communicating it to his wife or the Abetna TV so can Kwasi we see a lawyer, and so MPP Baumia camp Mubeja or Momo scot free. Why? And no pay Ghana Jollof be wasting the time. Or Zakwaka can Asama or Koduo team legal witches. Ghana Jollof ma we mu hia o masani ma we hia o. Now this is where the problem is. nya wo ye o team legal wise enfa vote baako mpomba bibi basically be yi vote efiri mu yento aso. It's also importantly the baby just say ehun hia pass wo betie wo twa picture dia akwa trend baby ehia pass wo betie ne criminality or say importantly it forbids directly or indirectly inducing a voter to display their ballot paper after marking it so that someone else can know the candidate they voted for. Me say adie bia Kwesi Kwarteng can in that 1 second no. Charges dudu a ewo mu no, emra dudu a ehwe no. Sempo ya de tre no ohwe ye. Sempo onu no kan se mu wi am fan be tre ye. Sempo ya de tre nwie no so ye hye no kra no ohwe ya. Ode abetena ha eka ways some people voted is all fucking against the law. This means that actions like photographing your ballot for the purpose of showing it to someone to say Kwesi Kwarteng, showing it to someone else to say Kwesi Kwarteng, whether for cash, for gifts, or other favors, would fall under these prohibitions. Because the intent is to make known how you voted. What intention is to show to someone for whatever fucking reason how you voted, and that goes against secrecy of voting. What's it? Why are you voting? Make come to Kwesi Kwarteng kwasiase was a betre hen. Hey Jesus, mo jini, mo kenkam, mo ye muatu. Na mo wan betumi amachi mi nyansa. Yanto aso. Penalties of sa kwasi asem we amedi eni. Penalties under sa section 31 no. If a person contravenes any provisions of this section, the penalties are 1. A fine not exceeding 1 million Ghana cedis, as we sit today. Yet the Bema 1 million by bro. Not exceeding 1 million Ghana cedis. Or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years. Someone just has to canon so between what them acquire from day 1 abro so 2 years who bet them. So we could try to picture my chill. So I could you be vote am I a chill? I could show be the my chill. And yes, so you to meet you 1 million, you just got up to 1 million Ghana cedis. Side the wood 2, I could do 2 years. And Kebine also a fine lawyer when you say some gin licensing free in some. So ya kwasi asset tension say or inciting Jimmy with illegalities. Who inciting microphone and say, oh, say you real was raw proof in the else me microphone could try on Crawford channel would betray me. Meanwhile, it's not supposed to be done. What about damn? Yanto 2. Bribery and inducement. And here under section 33. This section makes it an offense for someone to give money or other benefits to a voter to influence how they vote, including through intermediaries. It covers inducing a voter to vote or not vote for a particular candidate. Ti kwasi afo na mo beka say yen no can no vote for ye dwuma pa against it. Yes, mun kwasi afo san nwan na odanka ba omia camp maya ma ya chichi o mo akobisa o mo ano asem. But mo te ho. Mo ye team legal wise. Me freelancer obi antua maka wo ba omia camp obi amfam wo baby This is also written at the Judicial Service on website. The penalties, like I said, a fine up to 1 million Ghana cedis, imprisonment up to 2 years, disqualification from voting for 5 years after sentence for both the voter, the party, and the party in some cases. Inti kakwasiafo we kura me fani say electoral commission na chi almost omu twa kon makana inke to me the assembly my baka say MPP for kura they will not participate in upcoming presidential election. Kwasia we see or a lawyer no no bet na I come in 10 minutes. I don't know if I can read all of it, but let me go on. Me share we so. Although Section 33 focuses primarily on the person offering the bribe, participating in vote selling or inducement schemes could engage this part of the law too, because a photo of the ballot is typically used to prove compliance with a bribe condition. Next. 3. Activities prohibited on polling day. Section 37 of the law. Also, this section prohibits influencing a voter or finding out how someone intends to vote within 500 meters of a polling station. Penalty for violating Section 37 is you will be fined not more than 500,000 Ghana. You'll be imprisoned not more than 1 year, or you'll be fined and also imprisoned for a year. While Section 37 does not explicitly mention ballot photos. Whilst Section 37 does not explicitly mention ballot photos, taking photos or attempting to elicit a voter's choice near the polling station could fall within the broader intent of this prohibition. Okay? Yantiado. How these apply to photographing your ballot. Even though the law doesn't say taking a photo of your ballot is an offense, in explicit words, the key parts above make it illegal to reveal your vote or assist in revealing someone else's vote. Revealing other people's vote to us. What the law clearly prohibits is obtaining or communicating information about how a person voted, including by inducing the display of a ballot. Section 31 Ekasa. Participating in inducement or bribery tied to voting behavior. I know what Section 33. Trying to influence or find out how someone votes near the polling station, and it's here, Section 37. When you now who could be so bimpo wujina etu imahwana. Obeka say, hey, omo ya witch hunting there be say it's against the fucking law on foul in so kwasia Kwarteng there. Or kama ye hu say ye de betre omo eno na kire say ye wie mu odwan penalties no. You could face these penalties depending on the exact action and violation. Ya we in a betre you bet me I get fined 1 million or up to 2 years, possibly both. You get the fine and the imprisonment, and these can be imposed for violating secrecy requirements and corrupt practices. Into aso. Way LCF electoral authorities in let me read it. Electoral authorities in Ghana treat photographing a marked ballot as a serious offense. The Electoral Commission has publicly warned people. The police have repeatedly arrested people, including EC staff and security officers, caught photographing ballots during voting. The EC officials have urged custodial sentences, but there are few publicly reported court convictions I could find. And non dresser yen chiwo because me were proof of Crawford do yechi omonso. Yen ko na me time sir. What the Electoral Commission has done in this practice, public warnings and guidance. The EC has repeatedly warned voters not to photograph ballot papers, saying such acts breach ballot secrecy and can lead to arrest. operational rules to prevent it. On voting days, the EC enforces measures like restricting phones in voting booths, restricting polling staff and agents to be vigilant, aimed at preventing photographing. Inti nkrofio omukoko twitwa ade yi se yedi Kwesi Kwarteng ko gina adekem na se ode omo ba woni mu kyira omo ho be kyire omo adenti na ani se omo kyire omo. No, let me see. I wanted to show you a petition. No. I wanted to show. Okay, here. So, the petition, let me see. We write it to these institutions. The Electoral Commission, CID, Parliamentary Committee. And the subject is petition for immediate action against lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng for encouraging conduct criminalized under Pndcl law 284. Yeah, anyway. Missy dear sir or madam, I submit this petition to demand urgent legal action regarding the recent public statements by lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng, who openly admitted and proudly declared that supporters of Kennedy Ohene Japan photographed their marked ballot papers during the NPP internal elections, allegedly as proof that their candidate was rigged. His statement amounts to the public endorsement of actions that are criminal offenses under Ghanaian electoral law. And his status as a trained lawyer makes such utterances even more alarming. Below are the relevant legal provisions and their penalties. Yeah, mankasa mezako mezerka kyerɛ ho. One share na one twina so a. 1. Section 31, requirement of secrecy, Pndcl law 284, section 31(1), or say no persons shall obtain or attempt to obtain in a polling station information as to the candidate for whom another voter is about to vote or has voted. Then the section 31(2) says no persons shall communicate at any time to any other person information obtained in a polling station as to how a voter voted. Section 31(3) now say no persons shall directly or indirectly induce a voter to display the ballot paper after he has marked it, so as to make known to any person the name of the candidate for whom he or she has voted. Also way breach. Yanko the next one. Here. Penalty of this is at the section 34, the fourth portion, or say a person who contravenes this section is liable or conviction to a fine not exceeding 1 million Ghana cedis, imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years, or both. Lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng's statements clearly encourage acts prohibited in subsections 1 through 3. Waiting, here, section 233, bribery and inducement. This section criminalizes offering money or gifts to influence how a voter votes, accepting money or benefits in exchange for voting a particular way, conduct that facilitates proof of vote, including photographing ballots for verification. The penalty for this is a fine up to 1 million, 2 years in prison, or possibly both. Encouraging ballot for photographs is a classic mechanism used to enforce bribery and vote buying, making the Making the what even more suspicious. The what? Okay. Work on 1 minute, please. Let me finish this and then. So here. Oh God. Okay, so this is the next one for when you're on the premises. When we send this letter, these petitions in, then they would address it. Ballot secrecy is the bedrock of Ghana's democratic system. When a lawyer who should be upholding the law publicly endorses clear criminal offenses, it demands swift and decisive legal action. I therefore urge your office to accept promptly and decisively to protect the integrity of the electoral processes. Yours faithfully. When I come back, we'll read through all of the letter again. Tell Kwesi Kwarteng, I'm onto his tail.